Right. All right. Well, welcome to the Soldier and Fusha Only show. I'm Soldier Only,
The one and only Fusha is here as well.
right? And we're also with we're starting to do we're going to start having guests. I don't know if it's going to be kind of like an every week thing, but just every now and then, or maybe every week, or we'll just see how it goes. We also have some other podcasts in the works that we're going to hopefully get started soon, maybe a Destiny one and all that stuff. But yeah, we have a mod on my channel here, Homicidalliu743. How you doing?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
That's not big enough
We're good.
paper.
We're good. Other than being hotter than hell, but
It's not big enough paper.
yeah, this is actually
Okay.
episode 32
Two.
already.
Episode 32.
Yeah, we started at the end of last summer, so we're. I would have to look back on it to see when the exact very first, like the date of the very first episode we did was, to when it would be the first. I don't know if I'd do that. The mic's probably picking that up. Oh
I'm
my god.
dying. I'm dying. You can see my skin glowing from the sweat.
I know, it's bad. But yeah, so what we'll get into this week, we'll start with what we have been the last few weeks with Doctor Who, the latest episode last night.
It was so good. It was so good. I loved it.
Yeah, I think we finally saw the end of, well, at least for the time being, of the Shadow People.
Yeah.
That was in it. And Homicidalliu is actually, he's actually from Wales, which not really too far away from, isn't it Cardiff where they film a lot of it, I think?
I'm not sure if they film a lot of it in Cardiff. I will have to look into that. I don't really keep that to with like where it's all filmed. I think
Right.
some of it is filmed in England, however.
Right, yeah, because I know a lot of it's like in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is in. Because I think it's Cardiff where they have the Doctor Who experience, where it's like a whole Doctor Who museum.
Yeah, they have that in Cardiff, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it's Cardiff. Okay, yeah. And if I remember right, the Doctor Who experience is where I've heard where a lot of it's filmed. So, um, yeah. So do you keep up with it a lot? Like, have you been watching this season, or is it something you kind of don't really?
I used to watch it a while back. I was watching more of the older episodes.
Hmm.
I kind
The
of
good
lost
one.
track with it as soon as I got stuck into watching videos on YouTube.
Right.
Fair
But
enough.
before that, I watched quite a lot of episodes that involved David Tennant and Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, see, Matt Smith's my doctor. He's my favorite.
Those were both really good doctors. Both I loved both David Tennant and the David Tennant and Matt Smith years. Those were so good.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
they were really good.
No, go ahead.
I was just to say they were really good. They were acting was phenomenal during
Hmm.
Mm.
these seasons for definite.
I
That
love. Sorry.
no, it's fine. You can continue.
And the writing was really good too.
Yeah.
I mean, David Tennant had the introduction of like the Weeping Angels and uh, yeah. Oh God, what
I
was
was
the
I was just gonna say that I love how goofy Matt Smith was and how he portrayed the Doctor.
hmm
Just so curious and like goofy and
hmm
like he didn't even know what he was doing, but he looked like I don't know. Like he's just my favorite.
yeah. It was funny too because when he was first cast, a lot of people didn't like it because he was the youngest one ever and he was like really young at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up being one of the most famous ones because at least over here in America, like Doctor Who blew up over here, like when he was the Doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, it started getting bigger when Tennant was the Doctor, but when during the Matt Smith years is when it blew up over
Yeah.
here on the in the Western Hemisphere.
That is true. I'm still just jealous my mom actually gets to watch it at 8, and because of our network, we don't get to watch it till 10.
Yeah, that's weird because her mom has a different like cable provider,
Mm-hmm.
and so she sees it like 2 hours earlier than we do.
Mm-hmm. She was asking me, so if it's not on till 10 my time on our network, then what's on when it is on for her? And I was like, usually Star Trek or the last week's episode before the
Yeah,
new
because
one.
even Graham Norton's probably
Yeah,
because there's been Doctor Who, then the Class, and then Graham Norton's after the Class, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know. We don't stay up to watch it because I get
I
too
know.
tired and I pass out.
Yeah, and we haven't been watching the Class either, so I don't really know what's going on with that. But
I was really curious as to the end of the episode last night, though, with Missy and how
yeah,
she was admitting.
is she sincere? You know, that is what I think is what the season's really going to come down to. Is it's going to be a thing with her. I mean, we know it's going to boil down uh, to her and the Doctor. It's going to be big because we know that those actors aren't continuing. You know, like this is their last season for both of those actors. So
Spoilers if you haven't seen
yeah,
it, but
yeah, right.
it was good. I loved what Bill did though when she's like, "No, I have to do this," and then he realizes that she's actually not gonna die from it, and she starts thinking about the image of her mom and
That was good. I mean,
everything.
this one actually kind of finally had some feels in it, you know, because I really thought me and you were both like, I mean, there was a couple moments in this episode where we looked at each other and we were like, what? Like, no,
Yeah.
like this isn't really happening. Because
I love Nardo in it.
she actually thought that she shot the Doctor too.
I know, and then she's like, "I'm gonna beat you," and she goes. The doctor gets in between them and is like, "No, he was in on it. It was my idea."
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. She goes to Nardo, I'm gonna beat the shit. And she starts saying, um, you know what though? I noticed like she didn't elaborate on. Okay, remember the one time earlier in the season he said something about regeneration. She's like, regeneration, what's that? And he's like, that's enough for now, no more questions. You know, like he didn't tell her, so she still doesn't really know about like regeneration and all that.
I know, and then it tripped me out when he did start to use regeneration power. Is like, wait, what?
Yeah.
No, you're not regenerating right now.
Yeah, and then
You
in
can't,
last night's
not yet.
episode, yeah, he kind of there was just it showed a little bit of that regeneration energy.
I'm not ready for him
And
to go.
I know. Hold on, I'm gonna get to that in a second, but she still didn't ask like what that was, or you know, like it's kind of weird because
Well,
she was so caught in the moment, she just kind of let it.
She kind of was. She's like, wait a minute, I shot you, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, she did say that, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting when that finally does happen, though. But that's what I was gonna get into is I don't know. It's kind of weird. A lot of the people that I've talked to, it seems like a lot of them has kind of stopped, has kind of fall off and stopped watching um, since Peter Capaldi's been the Doctor.
Yeah.
But like what Homicidal was just saying, you know, he watched the Tennant and the Smith years. And, like, have you seen any of the Capaldi ones or?
Not that I can remember of. I'm not really sure which episodes I have seen because it was quite a while back.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because Capaldi's been the Doctor for this is his third season, right?
Right.
Which is this is weird. This cycle of Doctors since the 2005 like relaunch is weird because Eccleston did 1 year. He was the first one back, so he did 1 year. Tennant did 3. Smith did 3, and now Capaldi is on his third, and this is supposed to be his last one. So it's this weird like 3-year cycle that they've been going on.
Well, I think when they're the Doctor and they're playing the Doctor, I'm thinking, I'm starting to wonder if it's something in the contract that they can't do anything else while they're doing it, because you notice, because like they only do it for 3 years or seasons, but
they always seem kind of eager to move on. You know what I mean?
yeah, like they always seem so thrilled in the beginning and really enjoy being the Doctor. So why would you want to stop being the Doctor? But then again, if it's all you do for 3 years, then it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to move on.
I don't think that's the case though, because when Tennant was in the Harry Potter movies, what year was that? Was that when he was a Doctor? Was it around the same time he was the Doctor? And then also Matt Smith did like some show with Billy Piper, remember?
That's true. Yeah, that's probably not the case.
So
maybe it is just, after being so well.
You wanna know what it is though? It might come down to this. All these actors, what it's been, once they become their Doctor, their fame and notoriety blew up. So a lot more opportunities and a lot more doors are starting to open, and they probably want to jump at those while they can.
Probably.
Because that notoriety isn't going to stay there forever, you know?
Yeah, well, it's also like the whole thing of repetition. When it's all that you do, you get sick of it, and then when you don't do it, yeah, you know.
But me and you have talked about this with Doctor Who before, though. Is like that show is also they could do anything they want, you know. Like it deals with time and space, and I mean they can literally do anything. There's really like no rules or boundaries to their writing.
That's what I love.
Yeah,
that's what I really love. And I'm really glad I finally converted you into a Whovian.
Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to mention too. Is I didn't even get into Doctor Who until it's been maybe 2 years.
Yeah. Didn't even get into Doctor Who until Capaldi was already a doctor.
His season hadn't started yet, though.
Not yet, no.
But we knew he was going to be the Doctor, because I remember, because Capaldi had already been announced. Me and you got together though when Smith was still.
Well, the very first time we ever actually hung out, you came and picked me up from my mom's. And I was like, I was hesitant to come and hang out because I was like, Doctor Who is on.
It was the season premiere, wasn't it?
It was the season premiere with Clara Oswald, where you find out that she's Clara Oswald instead of no longer the Impossible Girl. But I was resistant to come hang out because I was like, Doctor Who is on. And you're like, we can watch it here. I'm like, do you know what Doctor Who is? And you're like, yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah, we'll watch it there. We'll see how it goes. And we get here and we miss the season premiere and had to watch the rerun. But it was still good, and I'm still glad I came over.
Yeah. So Ware said in chat, I enjoyed David Tennant. He was the funniest. Yeah, Tennant was so good too. Like every time anyone answers like who my doctor is, I always say like Matt Tennant.
Yeah.
Or David Smith.
mine's Smith, and then Tennant, and then it's a tie between Capaldi and Eccleston. Yeah. Eccleston was good. Eccleston is what the Doctor is now. Eccleston wanted to be what the Doctor is now.
Yeah, that's why he left. He only did a season, is because he wanted the Doctor to be like darker. And I think he should have been. You know, he was just coming off the Time War because he was the Ninth Doctor. That was the one right after the War Doctor. So I mean, he had a good point. And Capaldi this season really kind of hasn't been as dark as he kind of has been. Like remember Capaldi's like first kind of episodes, like he was kind of like really cynical and kind of a punk. you know
what would be a really nerdy thing to do? So we're getting married in like a month and a half, and we've talked about like having our minister be Batman or something, but what if we incorporated this ceremony that Matt Smith and Versong had with the ribbon, and then they sang, and then like they got married that way because of the ribbon.
What did they do with the ribbon? Didn't they like tie it around their hands or something?
Yeah, they like wrapped it around their hands or something like that, and then said some of the words. What if we incorporated that into our wedding?
That would be awesome.
A Doctor Who wedding. We got married by the Doctor, but Lance isn't a doctor, and I don't know if the Doctor will ever be Ginger.
That would be the one time the Doctor would finally be Ginger.
Right, or minister would be Ginger.
Yeah.
It'd be a total nerd thing, but I can't help it.
Right, yeah, because remember, didn't we talk about one time about like something like on the inside of the rings, like engraved like something in all the time and space, or
I think so. We've seen wedding rings in bands with Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few of them out there.
Yeah. It was a good episode last night, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was interesting. And I still want to know what the hell their motive was, because it never really said.
See, and then that's like what I was saying. Like, I don't think we've seen the last of the monks. I think we'll see them back.
I think we might.
I think we will, because they didn't beat them. They just like ran, you know. So I think we will see them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lara says, Doctor Who began November 23rd, 1963. Yeah.
The year before my mom was born.
Yeah, I knew it was 63 because, it ran from 63 till, what was it, 88 or 89? And
89.
Then it was 89. And then they they had that movie in '97 when they were trying to relaunch it again, but it never happened. And then 2005 was when they. I don't like calling it a reboot because they didn't reboot it because it still happened. It's just kind of like a relaunch.
Well, and the original Dr. Hartnell,
Yeah.
it was his idea to create the regeneration process. And when they originally came out with Doctor Who, the reason they were always in the past is because they wanted to teach younger kids about history in a creative way, and it evolved from there.
It worked.
It did.
Yeah, I love how the whole regeneration thing was it was Hartnell's idea. Because when he got terminally ill, he wanted the character to live on.
Mm-hmm.
And so they came up with that thing of, what if, he regenerates and changes his appearance. And
have you ever regenerated so hard the whole world was in color?
Yeah, when it went from black and white to color. That's awesome.
Yeah, see, because my mom's doctor is Tom Baker, which I just love in the 50th anniversary special where it's Who Knows? And he's like, it's incredible.
That is still one of my favorite episodes ever, the 50th anniversary special.
I loved it. It was so good.
That one was so good too. Yeah.
Am I having a midlife crisis?
It's gonna be interesting, because this is like my first, like we said, my first kind of like Doctor change, like as it's airing.
Yeah. Solaris just asked if we had played any of the games. I actually haven't, no, but I wouldn't mind to. It'd be fun.
I totally forgot how I've told you how they have made games. Like I have seen them, but no, I've never played them.
I'm trying to get this to not make noise, but still kind of keep me from vault daggers. Maybe that'll work.
Have you played any of the games, Homicidal?
Honestly, until now, I didn't know they had games.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what they came out on. I think there was one for the Wii, because I remember you can use like the Wii remote, kind of like the sonic screwdriver. I think. Maybe PC too.
I think I've seen it on Facebook.
Oh yeah, Solaris just said PC games. So yeah, I might have to try and dig those up, see if we can find them somewhere. I remember hearing about them, and I kind of looked at like some screenshots and stuff, but I remember seeing some of the screenshots. There was Matt Smith. It was like some of the Matt Smith ones. So that'd be pretty cool. We'll have to try them out.
And the game that you were just playing before we started, you won.
Oh yeah, we can get into that. I've been playing a ton of, I've been playing a lot of everything kind of, because I've kind of been switching around a lot. Kind of getting more into variety stuff, but I still play Destiny every day and then switch to something else. But yeah, been playing a lot of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and I actually won one on a solo one, and that was intense. I didn't think I was gonna make it that far. I mean, that match started off terrible. I literally, the first two houses I went into literally had no weapons. From the first two houses, I literally ended up with a beanie and like a pistol silencer, I think. Like, it started bad. It started really bad. And then all of a sudden, like, I got super lucky. Like, I was literally running, so I was making noise. I was hella making noise, and I run past this bush, and I'm like, holy crap, there's someone in there. And they somehow didn't even hear me. And they weren't AFK too, because when I started shooting him, he turned towards me, like, so he wasn't. Maybe he was AFK and then hurry and grabbed the mouse and keyboard or something. But anyways, I popped him a few times with the silenced pistol, and then it just started getting down there, and I was like, oh wow, top 10 again, because I've hit the top 10 like a few times. The farthest I had made was on a solo one was 8th, I believe, and next thing I know, it just kept going down, and then I got lucky again. I was crawling, and I saw a guy laying in the grass, and I was literally just to his right, and he didn't see me. So I was able to get him down, and then it got to 3, and I was laying down behind this tree, and it was this like female character just literally runs right past me. So I just shot her and got her down. And then it went to 2 left, and then I think that last person that died, I think they were behind the thing that shrinks, because if you're caught on the outside, it damages you slowly. And I think they got caught outside of it, because I actually didn't kill the last person. There was 2 left, and then all of a sudden it just said, Solgr only, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
gonna want our chicken dinner.
So I think that last one died from the barrier.
You still won.
But still won. Yeah, that crap gets so intense. Like, it's even intense when you play like duos or squad and stuff, but it is super. It's even more intense when you play solo. It's almost like borderline like horror like scary game.
Yeah.
Like I showed Fusha after, I was like shaking
Mhm.
from like the adrenaline.
He was too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm curious to hear. I mean, we do know that they do plan on releasing it on console eventually, but there's nothing really like specific dates or anything. Player Unknown was on the Game Informer podcast this last week. I heard at work, and he said because the game is still in early access, so he said once the game, he said he expects it to be out of early access and fully finished within like the next couple months, and then after that, he said that they would start kind of concentrating on console and trying and work on it there. But in the meantime, he's just pretty much saying the focus is really trying to get it optimized and get it finished. Because it's no secret, it has had a lot of kind of like lag and just some like network issues and stuff like that. But they do keep releasing patches and stuff weekly to optimize everything, the network, the servers, and everything. So it is slowly getting even better. I mean, the game's phenomenal. It's just the network that just kind of needs some work here and there.
Yeah. We were gonna play 7 Days to Die today, but then ended up not doing it. So I had stuff to do, non-do.
Yeah, hopefully we can get into that maybe during the week or probably next Saturday.
I am just so thrilled I have my Saturdays back.
Exactly. Now you have your Saturdays back.
Door is knocking.
Hang on one second.
Uno momento.
I know, I'm trying to get to where I can open the door. Alright.
Yeah, we'll move it when we're done. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're all good.
Hell, when we move the water, I might just run through it. Just stand in it. Let it rain.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Oh, that I have my Saturdays back.
Oh,
and so I was cranky last night. We didn't play too much of zombies. I was super cranky.
Right.
I was hot too. I was not expecting to walk into the room and have it be this hot when I got home from work. And then when I got off of work, I didn't even come straight home. I had to run a few errands, so I didn't end up getting home till like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
Oh, and that car accident.
Oh yeah.
There was a fatality. It was a body bag I saw.
Oh no.
It was a 20-year-old kid driving recklessly. He was going at least 70 to 80 miles. Ran a red light. Got clipped. The car hit the pole, and the car engulfed in flames.
Did you see the car on flames, or did it look like it had been burnt?
It did look like it had been burnt, but I didn't see it in flames, no. Because when I first drove past it, that first route, they must have already gotten the flames out because the cops already had the whole intersection, like more than half of the intersection blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
But it was on the news. It was a fatality. It was a 20-year-old kid.
20-year-old. Oh god, that.
Yeah, he ran a red light and clipped somebody, and when he clipped somebody, it spun the car around, and that's why it was literally wrapped around the pole. The car wasn't even in one piece anymore.
No, yeah. When you told me how it was on its side and wrapped around a pole, I told you that it was probably hauling ass.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, is it pronounced Ickmods? Is in the chat, and Jackie Dude, how you guys doing?
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yeah, that sucks. That's crazy.
Yeah, because when I was driving back from my mom's today, there was actually flowers
on that corner.
On that pole.
Wow.
Like, I feel bad because it was a fatality, but at the same time, you're a 20-year-old kid. Why the hell are you driving 70 miles an hour?
When I was that age and young and dumb, like mean, you don't really think as much as you do when you're older. You know, it's sad and it sucks, but.
I was reading that. I wasn't smiling about what you were saying. I was reading that, and that's what made me smile. Because I'm not that sinister.
No.
I promise.
No, Solaris has his awesome public announcement that he does when someone new's in the channel.
Mm.
Yeah, he's on it. Alright, yeah, what I wanted to get into next, E3, because E3's coming up now, next weekend actually, isn't it? What's today?
It's 1 week. I saw it on Tefty Taft on Instagram.
It is, yeah, we're
1
week away. Yeah, it starts next week.
Next week!
Because remember, some of the conferences start on the weekend, next weekend. I think one of the conferences was on Saturday, but I know the ones I'm really interested in starting it off is the ones on Sunday, a week from today, so next Sunday. Microsoft has theirs on Sunday, and then wasn't the other one, I think, is it EA?
How are you guys, like...
I know, all the
Am I really that old? That I'm just like, I get so tired, like by the time it's 8 p.m. I'm already just exhausted and ready to pass out.
I know, all the UK people. I mean, it's crazy how many people, like how many people in our chat is from the UK.
I'm gonna be at work at 8:40. Wow, it's 8:45 p.m. I thought that said a.m. for a second. I'm like, I'm gonna be at work at that time. But
no, yeah,
maybe
it's 7:45 our time.
Yeah, maybe 8 years ago I'd be able to stay up till 3 a.m.
So for mods it's 8:45, so he's central.
Yeah, or mountain.
Solaris got 2:45 and not even tired.
Energy drinks.
But think about this though. when I was younger though, I used to be able to stay up 2-3 nights in a row, you know, like playing games.
Exactly.
Like but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know I'm only like 33.
And I'm only 28. But 8 years ago, like, and it's rare, but every once in a while we'll both have a night where we just get sidetracked with our phones or something, and it'll be the weekend, and next thing we know it's 3 a.m. and we're like, how are we not asleep? But it's not an everyday thing.
No, well, because remember the other night we were dinking around on our phones till, wasn't it like 1:30?
Mm-hmm. Well, there
was that a work night though, or was that like Saturday night?
It was Friday night. I worked Saturday.
No, it was Friday night when you had to work Saturday. That's what it was.
Which I don't know how in the hell I got up in time to make it to work.
Yeah, I know. I'm the one that gets to wake you up.
Yeah. I'm a pain in the ass to wake up. Severely.
Oh yeah, and Ickmods, thanks for that follow. Welcome to Soldier's Army as well. We have a new Discord we started that Solaris just dropped the link in chat right there. You can check out.
No, I do want to tell this story real quick though. I didn't have a car for a while, so my dad was driving me to work, and he comes to pick me up. He knocks on my door, hands me an Egg McMuffin, says, "Here, get up, get ready." I'm like, okay. I eat the Egg McMuffin, and I fell back asleep because I didn't want to go to work. I am like the hardest person in the entire planet to wake up.
She is. She's a nightmare to wake up every morning.
And you put up with it.
She'll literally finally get up and get out of bed like 2 minutes before we leave for work.
That's why I always have my clothes set aside usually I set my clothes aside. When I was in elementary, I would seriously sleep in the clothes that I was gonna go, like, I change into the clothes that I was gonna wear for the next day, and then go to sleep, so that when I woke up, I just have brushed my hair, brushed my teeth, and out the door. I'm always until the last minute on everything.
You know what I should have done when we started this? I should have noticed what the time was at, so I know how long we've been going.
I know. I don't know what the time was at.
Cause since we're not recording it on that other podcast app thing.
I know what it is.
We don't have a time limit. What?
Your brain's frazzled from the heat.
It is, and I know, and it's just a million things going on at once. Like, and plus, you know, we're doing this as we're kind of like putting it together too. You know, like,
that's true.
You know, because I'm still trying to get everything set up more. You know, like, I mean, it's all a work in progress, as you always say.
I actually got that from you.
I know.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
Nifty too.
Alright, but yeah, we digress again. Back to E3.
Yes, E3. And the Gaming Con is coming up soon.
Well, that's our local gaming con here.
Yeah.
That's at the beginning of July.
Thank goodness for mail.
Jackie D. Oh yeah, I set my clothes aside too, lying in my bed for an hour or so as part of my morning routine.
Mm-hmm. I'll get up in the morning. Yeah. He'll look me dead in the eye. I'll open my eyes. I'll get up. I'll get dressed. He'll walk out to the room to go make lunch. I'm dressed and pass back out my clothes, my shoes on. I'm like, what? I'm getting up. That's just how it is. I'm a hard person to wake up. You
are, yeah, really bad. But yeah, so Sunday. Sorry. So yeah, Sunday is the first, or I think Saturday might actually be. Yeah, like I was saying, I think Saturday. I think there is a conference Saturday. I can't remember who it is, but Sunday is the one I know that I'm really anticipating for, especially because of Microsoft's. And we should finally get to see the Scorpio. Hopefully we should finally get a release date, price point, and all that stuff. So I'm really stoked to see that. And not only, I mean, this has to be a pretty big year for Microsoft really has to nail it this one, because they also have to crush it as far as games are concerned as well, because that's really been a hit on them this generation, is their lack of exclusives. So they're really gonna have to win the crowd over, so to speak, with games, pretty much like what Sony did last year.
Yes. Last year was good though. Like, I feel like Uncharted was a little underrated last year.
Well, you know what it was? I mean, it wasn't underrated because it was highly critically acclaimed. It just didn't really get a lot of Game of the Year awards like a lot of people thought it was because of Overwatch. Overwatch pretty much took every Game of the Year award pretty much. If Overwatch wasn't there, then it would have. Then Uncharted 4 would have, hands down. I mean, Uncharted 4 was phenomenal. I want to play through it again, actually. Like, that game was so good.
I lost my connectivity. I'm connected to the Matrix now. Okay, I'm back.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, and we should see. I think Microsoft is actually supposed to be showing. Oh hell, Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is going to be a big one as far as their exclusives are concerned.
Do you think? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I don't think it is.
What were they thinking of?
The spin-off with the girl from Uncharted.
No, that's
I don't think it was.
That's The Lost Legacy.
That one. Is that one going to be a preview?
I bet they'll show it, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some.
I'm excited to that one. I'm trying to have this not make noise, and it's really hard.
Yeah, I can't remember the release date on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up here real quick. I don't know, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to at E3, Homicidal?
Well, as you said, I'm also looking forward to seeing what Project Scope would look like, and also if the rumors are true, and I would also like to see what the PS5 would look like as well.
Yeah,
if they do bring that out.
Exactly. See, I'm wondering if we will get some kind of tease. I mean, I wasn't thinking anything like PlayStation 5, like it wasn't anywhere in my mind yet, like at all. And then I mean, we talked about it a little bit on Daily Dose like last week or something, but how I had heard, there was like some videos I saw on YouTube, and just kind of smaller rumors kind of going around about Sony possibly could surprise people and maybe just tease it. Obviously, I don't think it would really go as far as like showing anything, but
the next PlayStation?
Yeah. It's quite possible.
They just came out with the PS4 Pro.
Okay, but see, the PS4 Pro is they're considering it like mid. Mark Cerny from Sony actually he called it exactly a mid-generation upgrade. It's not the next like generation. It's not that next generation leap. You know what I mean?
It's just to keep people at bay for the next fix, and then boom, PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, and it could really, it can kind of like take some wind out of Microsoft's sales as well too, you know, because you got to figure with the Scorpio and everything they're going to be doing, they're going to be generating a lot of buzz. Real quick, it looks like The Lost Legacy is slated for August 22nd.
So they should have a preview for it at E3.
Yeah, I bet they will. I bet they'll have
I'm
a nice
excited
big
about
trailer and maybe even
Chloe wasn't my favorite character, but
some gameplay.
it looks good. It looks really good.
It does. It's going to be good. I mean, and it is going to be. They are considering it, calling it a standalone expansion. It is going to be $40. But they are saying it is pretty much going to be like the size and length of pretty much like a full-fledged game. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I am too. And we're also looking into getting the one game on. We're looking into getting the Life is Strange on PlayStation instead of PS4 since I can't talk on PlayStation since I never play Xbox. But
yeah, I know. And then because you wanted to get the Heavy Rain and Beyond compilation one too.
I'm so frazzled.
Yeah, because you really like those like really
storyboard
cinematic games like Until Dawn. Speaking of E3, actually, and those types of games, I bet they're gonna have a big showing of the one I've been telling you about that you need to check out. It's the next one, kind of like Until Dawn and like that, but it's called I think it's Detroit Become Human.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Oh, so Solaris says Life is Strange. The photographer, it's amazing. I have it on PC. No spoilers.
Right.
Yeah.
I've only seen previews for it, and I have the game. I just haven't played it, and it's on Xbox. But then we have to go through a maze just to set it up to play that I haven't played it yet.
And as we know, I'm on Xbox most of the time too. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get it for PlayStation 4. But yeah, Microsoft, you know, big part of it's going to be the Scorpio. And then other than that, like as far as like publishers and stuff too, there's actually a few studios that have been working on some new IPs and like even games that we've been hearing about that we haven't really seen a lot on, like Insomniac's Spider-Man. I'm sure we'll probably see that probably during the PlayStation stage. It'll probably be on the PlayStation stage. Oh hell, what are some of I think no, not is it BioWare? God, I probably should have read up on a lot of these. Yeah, because then I think it's BioWare that has some new IPs they're working on. Visceral Games has the Star Wars, has a new third-person action adventure like Star Wars in the works. Yeah, there's gonna be BioWare's good developers. See, what's interesting about that too is because how they have been saying how they have this new IP they're working on, but they have also put Mass Effect kind of just on hold for the foreseeable future. So it looks like I'm not positive if this new IP was being developed by that same team, but it might be to concentrate more efforts on this new IP, whatever it is. And there hasn't been like any word about it either. Like there's literally like nothing we know about it. We don't even know what type of game, you know, if it's like first person shooter or anything like that. And supposedly Blizzard, I heard something, Blizzard is actually working on a new IP too. Supposedly, I think it's another shooter is actually what they said. Yeah.
When was the remastered Crash Bandicoot coming out?
Oh, the Insane Trilogy?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Yeah, Insane Trilogy release date.
End of this month?
End of this month. June 30th.
Ooh.
Insane Trilogy game, PS4. So it's I'm trying to remember what ones it had. Okay, so it's a trilogy. Okay, so it's the first three.
Yeah.
It's what it is. So Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, and Crash Bandicoot Warped.
All three of them are incredible.
I'm guessing that's what it is. Probably, yeah. Oh, Solaris Tekken 7 is a top game. Is that Crash Bandicoot on PC? I don't think so. I think it's probably most likely going to be just PlayStation.
This isn't working too well.
It kind of feels alright over here.
Your arm's not the one getting tired from doing it, but it works.
Yeah.
Kind of. In an effort to.
Alright, and needless to say, also, what I'm also really stoked for is Destiny 2. Bungie has said that they are going to be at E3. Most likely, I think it's probably safe to assume that they'll probably be on the Sony stage as well, since they have this exclusive deal. Which just for the record, I don't like this whole exclusive content stuff. I mean, of course I get the whole business side of it, like why Sony would spend all this money to have exclusive content on their stuff, but I don't know, I just hate it. I mean, there's literally still stuff from Destiny 1 that the Xbox players haven't got yet.
Well,
that the PlayStation did.
True, but I'm excited, hoping to get Destiny on PC. I think it's really exciting that they're bringing Destiny to PC.
Yeah.
That's gonna open up the bandwidth.
Yeah, it's gonna widen the Destiny community. The Destiny community is just gonna get huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and obviously also it's going to be interesting to see the Destiny community on Twitch, because you're going to be having these like huge streamers coming into the directory now too, like Lyric and Soda Poppin', and some of those just massive ones that only play PC games. They really only play PC games usually. So it's going to bring, and not only that, think about it, they're bringing all their communities as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Lyric, who normally streams for 15,000 people or something like that, so they're also bringing their communities with it too, and maybe there could be a lot of people in each of those communities that have never played Destiny, and that are just going to be introduced to it. I mean, look in the case for you too, like, yeah, you played Destiny 1 and stuff before, but you don't really play it that much, but Destiny 2 is probably when you're really gonna
play it,
dive into it a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, especially
on PlayStation.
Exactly, since you have your own PS4 now too. So we'll get 2 copies of it, and then that way you can play it.
It's all mine.
It's one of the main reasons why I got the Pro, so I can give you the other PS4.
I know, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, I was gonna say here's Spider-Man E3, but that's the one from the 2016 one.
What's Prey? Oh, I've seen previews for Prey.
Prey actually just came out at the beginning of May.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, so here's the E3 kicking off on June 10th in Los Angeles and running all the way through June 15th. This year's E3 will give us our first official look at Xbox's much-hyped Project Scorpio console, as well as tons of new games from Sony, Nintendo, and a slew of third parties. Scorpio is pretty much going to be the big thing with it. And Days Gone, I really hope that we see more of Days Gone. Days Gone was amazing last year. I mean, I think, yeah, that was their announcement. They announced Days Gone at last year's E3, and we literally haven't seen anything new of it since. And I can't wait. Have you ever seen anything on that one yet, Homicidal?
Not yet. I mean, I usually don't really look into games much. If I'm gonna be honest, I usually just watch gameplay of games that I know quite well. So I haven't, gone into quite a bit of new games as of yet. But I will be trying to get into new games from now up until I just pretty much start playing games, which is going to be a long time.
Right. Yeah, see, and that's the thing Sony did last year. A lot of the games Sony showed off at last year's E3 were games that were kind of farther out too. Most of the games that they showed were games that were either anywhere from a year to 3 or 4 years off. I mean, they showed Hideo Kojima's new game that he's working on, you know, Death Stranding, and that game probably isn't coming out for definitely
Years.
2 or 3 years. I mean, I can easily see that game being like 2020.
20. Oh my god, are we really that
I
close
know.
to 2020?
Yeah, we're really that close to
Like-
2020. Doesn't that just sound weird?
It's just so weird.
Right?
2020.
2020, yeah, it sounds like so.
I think that's when my ID expires.
Oh my god.
I think. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to get a new ID when we get married, though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, here we go. All right, here's the schedule of E3 I just found. So it looks like EA kicks it off Saturday, June 10th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, this only has Eastern. This only has like American time, so I don't know what it would be. What is it considered over there? Isn't it like GMT? Isn't that what it is, or
Yeah, it's GMT.
GMT?
You know what I just realized?
What?
We're talking about Time Lord.
Yeah, he's in the future.
He's in the future. Future spaceman. Well, you're not space, but still, you're future.
Yeah, future man. Is there floating cars yet?
I wish.
I wish, right? I know, that'd be so cool. I'm
So
still
is the
waiting
AC
for those.
fixed?
I'm still waiting for those hoverboards from Back to the Future.
Right?
They'd be really cool to have around.
I know, that'd be so dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say there.
Alright, so yeah, okay, so EA kicks it off Saturday, June 10th at 3 p.m. Eastern, which would be 1 p.m. our time. So that would be probably around like 8 p.m. GMT probably.
Possibly.
So yeah, EA kicks it off Saturday, then Xbox. Oh, and Bethesda. Okay, so that's the other Sunday one. So Sunday is Xbox and Bethesda. Bethesda, I'm sure, will show Fallout VR because that's probably going to be coming out pretty soon.
I would want to watch Bethesda. I can't pronounce words.
Yeah, Bethesda is a developer we like a lot. I'm calling it right now though. They are going to announce the next Elder Scrolls.
Probably. I'm willing to bet on your
Because
side with that.
they always, because they have this cycle of where they do like Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, you know?
Yeah.
And right now, like I said, they're working on Fallout VR, and it's probably going to be coming out sometime this year. It's probably pretty safe to say. But I just kind of have a feeling that they're at least going to tease it. I don't know. I'm hoping. A big part of this is me just hoping as well too. But I don't know. I kind of have a feeling that we might hear something about the next Elder Scrolls, which
I
would be
stick out my
awesome.
earpiece.
Speaking of which, I still need to play more Skyrim.
You do. I bought that for you for Christmas,
Yeah?
and you tortured me.
What?
I wanted to give you a Christmas present one day early, and you're like, no, it's not right. I have to wait till Christmas. It was like, you're just doing this to spite me because I really want I really want to see your reaction on what I got you. Of course. I'm like,
Yeah, Prey is a reader of the classic. Yeah, I still want to check that out too, Prey. That came out last month.
Yeah. I'm just dying.
Alright, and then, so then Bethesda's is Sundays, and then we have, it says PC Gaming Show on Monday, Ubisoft is on Monday, and PlayStation is on Monday. So Monday's a huge one.
At 9 p.m.?
Yeah, okay,
Eastern time, but at 6. So
it'll be 7 our time, Monday night.
I'll have to watch it on the way home. In a second we get here.
And then Nintendo's is Tuesday. Okay, yeah. Okay, real quick. We have to get into Nintendo real quick. The nostalgic person in me, loves Nintendo, loves just the history and everything they've done for the industry and everything. I mean, it's no secret. I haven't bought a Nintendo console in decades, probably.
We have that one over in the corner.
That's the Super NES.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I'm special.
I think the Switch, it seems like an awesome console. I would love to play Breath of the Wild, but I'm not going to get the Switch just for that. So I'm still playing the whole wait and see thing on the Switch to see if it gets the third-party support that Nintendo has said that they're going to get, which I'm not really optimistic on.
Yeah.
So Nintendo, just like Microsoft, I mean, they have to have a really good showing this year. I mean, what I would want to see from it is, yeah, like I said, a good list of third-party support games. The only game, speaking of Skyrim, that's the only game that we've heard that's coming to the Switch. That's not, that's not like Mario or Zelda or, like they just need better games. And if they keep going down this trend, I think they should just do what Sega did and quit making consoles and just make games. Like they're almost to that point.
We're getting close.
Solaire says, trouble with the Switch is it scratches the screen. I've been hearing that.
Yeah, that's not good.
I've been hearing a lot of that ever since it released too, and it sounds like it would be something that they would have like tested a lot more, like to make sure, when you're putting it in the dock, that it's not.
Or at least gotten some super futuristic, scratch-free film over the front.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been nice.
Right. I mean, I'm trying to think. Ubisoft. Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe. Yeah. What we'll get from Ubisoft is a new Assassin's Creed. Well, I know we're gonna get a look at that because Ubisoft actually said that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for E3. So, Homicidal, have you really played much of the Assassin's Creed games?
Yeah, I originally owned Assassin's Creed for the Nintendo DS.
Oh yeah.
I played quite a bit of it. I think I got close to the end until I lost the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I still haven't found the game, but I will definitely be downloading it from the games with gold soon. Because
Oh yeah.
at the moment it's up on games for gold right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I totally forgot about that. It is. It is on the. If you have the Xbox Live Gold, it is. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is on it. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I actually need to get that. I'm gonna have to do that one too.
I think it's either just for Xbox One or if it's an Xbox One and 360 compatible.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it up right now. It's an Xbox 360 compatible. It's Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It is good. Okay. So yeah. So it's so you can do it on 360 and backwards compatibility for Xbox One, and that's good. Assassin's Creed 3 was a really good one too.
I still don't remember which one it was I played when I was playing on my sister's PS4, well PS3.
I think you said that one was the second one.
I think it was the second one because it was on PS3.
Well, I'm trying to remember even the very. I think the very first Assassin's Creed was even on PS3. I don't think Assassin's Creed came out in the PS2 generation. I think it was PS3.
Could be.
Pretty sure.
It's still a really fun game. The movie I was a little disappointed in.
Yeah, the movie's a different story. I mean, I like parts of it, like some of the combat and stuff was good, but yeah, I'm pretty leery anytime there's any kind of video game movies adapted off video games.
The only good video game movie is Grandma's Boy, and if you haven't seen Grandma's Boy, you have to see it because it's funny.
Well, that one's not like adapted off of a video game though. That's a movie about a guy that works in the video game industry.
True, but it still has video games in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm just saying it's not one like adapted. Like
I want you to get the deer shit, the ying and the ying bling or whatever it is. Roll it into a blunt joint. I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the dinner together. I don't give a. It's also potheads, but it's It's a funny movie if you haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
I love that movie. That movie's so good. I've literally watched that movie 100 times.
Yeah, we have. We have that movie. I like movies.
Yeah.
We need to see Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to take you to it this weekend, but
Next weekend.
instead I streamed for 13 and a half hours on Friday.
Yeah.
Or yesterday. Or no. Was it? Yeah. I don't remember. I think it was yesterday.
You're frizzled.
Yeah, I know. Like, obviously, my brain's melting.
Yeah.
I think my brain's turning into a puddle.
I think my brain is soup.
Mm-hmm.
It's just soup.
Yeah, but
It's melted.
I'm stoked.
melted.
I'm stoked. E3's finally here.
Can't believe it's already been a year.
Yeah, real quick, getting into Destiny 2 now. Speaking of, I can't believe I almost totally brushed over this, but I'm hoping, and I think we should, but I hope that we finally get the beta date for Destiny 2.
I think we should.
I think we should finally get it. I mean, we already have our pre-order, so we're just waiting. We're just waiting for the date. Or yeah, we're waiting for us to tell us when the date is, and then from there. I have a feeling. I mean, because there was that Easter egg. You know, a lot of people think that it's an Easter egg that was in the trailer from the reveal event. There was a screenshot in there where the glimmer count was, oh god, what was it? Like 7717.
Yeah, 7717, and then the other one was.
The other one was 98, which 98 September 8th, which is the day the game comes out.
Yeah.
So then, if you look at the other one, the 777 or 7717, you can look at that as July 7th, 2017. Which, if I remember right, I think July 7th is actually Bungie Day, because they have this like kind of smaller event called Bungie Day every year.
I didn't know that.
So I kind of think that's when it's going to be, like beginning of July.
Possibly.
Which is perfect. You know, it puts it right in that moment, or it puts it right there in the middle between, you know, like E3 and the release in September.
I think it is going to be then.
So, I mean, it is possible they can get up on the stage, on Sony's stage at E3 and be like, beta starts now. I mean, it's possible that they might do that, but I kind of don't think they will. I hope they do, but
I don't think they will. I think they'll be like, you know what? We're gonna wait till the very last preview, and that's when it's gonna be.
You know what's crazy though? That build that the content creators got to play at that reveal event was a couple months old, from what I've heard. It's supposedly that build that they played was a couple months old. So the build that we're gonna get to play on the beta is gonna be, most likely it should be. It's gonna be more advanced than that.
Okay.
And the gameplay looked phenomenal on that. You watched the reveal event, didn't you, Homicidal?
Yeah, I caught up with it on YouTube.
Yeah, what did you think of it?
Amazing. It looked amazing.
It looked incredible. Just all of it, and especially the warlocks.
Yeah, I
loved it.
That Dawn Blade, that subclass looks like it's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Then you had the everyone's calling it the Titan America, the Titan with the Captain America shield, and
right.
And then the Hunter pole dancer. Everyone call it the pole dancer.
Right. There's the pole dancer.
I mean, a lot of people are. I mean, not a lot. I mean, but there has been, you know, a good amount of people saying, you know, it's just kind of like a reskin kind of Blade Dancer, which, yeah, I mean, it is. It's Blade Dancer with the staff pretty much, but I don't know. I'm still stoked for it. I mean, it's still something different, and it looks pretty cool. Don't do that. It's hot.
There's nowhere else for my legs to go.
I know. We need to redo a lot of stuff in this setup.
We need to break down that wall and just have one giant room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it now. While they're gone. We'll just get a hammer to the wall.
Just start knocking down walls right now. I'm about to.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, as far as Destiny's concerned, I mean, I don't think that we're really gonna get. I mean, I mean, obviously, it's safe to say that we will find out some new stuff, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think we're really gonna get like a big, uh, a ton of information, new information like we got at that reveal event. Because I think that reveal event was their big coming out, like just they just went balls to the wall. And then I think E3 is just gonna be a little smaller. We might get like a new trailer, maybe. Hmm, I don't know, maybe show us like maybe like some of the other subclasses because there's still a few of the subclasses that we haven't seen yet, and then hopefully the beta release date. So I'm not really expecting anything like huge, not like the reveal event, but yeah, it looks phenomenal. What's Homicidal? What are you like most like I'm trying to think of the word, but like most stoked for about Destiny 2? Like when you get it, like the first thing you'll do.
First thing I'll do is make a warlock.
Right?
Nice.
Because of the super, okay, because of the super.
Nice.
And I've been
That's where
using warlocks all the time for Destiny, and it's just really cool how they've redone the super ability for the warlock. But
Mhm.
I'm more or less hoping that they keep the original supers as well,
Mhm.
just in case somebody doesn't like the new supers, they can go back to the original
Right.
ones, and add more of a variety of 4 instead of 3.
See,
Yes.
exactly. See, I'm surprised. I mean, because I listen to a lot of podcasts at work, and most of them are Destiny, and I actually haven't heard that many people touch on that. Is okay. So we know that there's these new ones. Dawnblade and Sentinel and um, what's the Arc Strider or whatever the pole dancer is actually called. I think it's like Arc Strider
Yeah.
or whatever. So we know there's those ones, and then we know that some of the original ones are returning as well. But is it just the ones from the other elements, or like for the Warlock, for instance? So we know that Dawnblade is like a solar one. So is it is the other ones just the Void and the Arc ones, and then we won't get like Sunsinger, or is there going to be all three from last game and then this Dawnblade on top of it? So I mean, I don't think that's the case. I kind of have a feeling. I think this in the Warlock case, I think this Dawnblade probably does replace like the Sunsinger.
Mhm.
So I think it's just going to be a total of 3 each, and these new ones that we've seen just take place of the elemental that it is. But it would be nice if it was the 4 though. That would be a lot better.
Huh.
Because like you said, Homicidal, you made a good point. Is what if like Sunsinger Warlocks, they don't really care for the Dawnblade. So then what do they do? Go start Nova bombing or
Yeah.
so.
Warlock is where it's at, though.
You know what though? I think I'm kind of maining Warlock as far as PvP is concerned. I mean, I'm still a Hunter main, but I like Warlock for PvP. Like I don't know, I do like the Warlocks a lot too.
I'm gonna die.
Especially that Dawnblade. I don't know. I'm on the verge. I'm wondering too if when I get Destiny 2, I'm starting to wonder if maybe the first character I start with might be Warlock too. I'm I don't know that I don't know that Dawnblade class looks pretty dope.
And Miss 5000 Watts made a good point. If they go off of the light, what are they gonna go off of in the second one?
You mean like where they get their power?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously we're not going to start with our power taken away already. I'm sure, maybe the opening, we'll probably still have it, but then it just depends on when it starts, like when the Cabal attacks the tower, right? Because we know that the Cabal, I mean, you could see it in the trailer. They hook something up for the Traveler, and I'm sure that that's what is blocking the light from us getting our power from it still. So then eventually, so our power's gonna get taken away, and then, yeah, like you said, how do we get it after that? So that's where a lot of these new abilities and stuff is coming from. Is you know, we as Guardians have to find different methods. And there has been stuff in the lore in Destiny about other groups of people that other Guardians and other Guardian communities and stuff that use different ways of getting power. So yeah, I mean it's gonna be, God, yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm so hyped for Destiny 2. It's ridiculous.
I never thought I'd say this, but I'm kind of excited to go to work tomorrow where there's AC and it's cold in the building.
Yeah, my work's normally pretty cold, especially in the mornings in that warehouse. In the mornings it's cold, but then it eventually warms up later on in the day.
I'm just a space cadet. I go off about random things, and it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hot.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just probably winding it down.
Yeah.
That we're gonna get into this week. Yeah. So, and then as far as like channel plans this week, I'll be streaming Monday through Friday. The time Monday through Friday is it's still pretty much the same. We usually start around 6:30 to 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
And I just sit on the bed.
Yeah, I think tomorrow
and
I'm actually
on my phone.
Shut up. I think tomorrow I'm actually gonna get into. I might play Shadow of Mordor again. It's been a little while since I played that, and yeah, me and Solaris and Homicide a little bit has been talking about it today, and it's a good game. Especially with the recent news. I don't know if you heard this. I think I told Solaris.
Oops.
But
Sorry.
I don't know if you heard about this yet. But Shadow of War did get delayed. It was supposed to come out in August, but it did get. Let me bring it up real quick. I'm trying to remember where it got pushed to. I think it got pushed back like a couple months actually. I think it's more to like the fall. Well, yeah, August is like kind of end of summer, but Shadow of War release date.
Shadow of War.
First and down. Okay, yeah, so it was supposed to be August 22nd, August 25th in Europe, but Shadow of War will now be released worldwide on October 10th. A different release date will be announced for certain territories, including Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. So Europe will still be the October 10th. But then as far as those other territories, they haven't announced the date yet, though. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but like we were saying in chat on stream earlier today, if it means the game's going to be better, you know, I'm all for it.
Yes.
Solaris, Homicidal knows what I'm like with Middle Earth.
I'ma die.
Yeah, that game is a lot of fun. I haven't played it like too much though. I mean, I've probably only put like, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 hours tops into it, maybe. So I haven't really played it too much. But it is good. It is a great game though.
I'm gonna play some Fallout. It's been a while.
I know. See, and that's another thing. I've been wanting to play that lately too. Fallout 4. God, I love that game. That game is seriously like one of my favorite games ever, like all time.
And maybe, just maybe, if we can afford it, we're gonna get the Loot Gaming box for the month of June, because there's Fallout in there.
I would get that Loot Gaming box just because of Fallout.
Yeah.
And that's literally why we'd be getting it, because the other franchises they said that are in it, I don't really care too much for, but
just Fallout.
Yeah. I mean, and it was a lot of fun when we were getting the Loot Gaming boxes anyways for the unboxing videos we would do for YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, those were a lot of fun to do, and I kind of want to get back into them.
Can I go get the laundry?
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wrap up the podcast here, but and then I'll take a couple-minute break just to switch back over because I'm gonna keep streaming. I'll probably get into, I don't know, probably, hell, I don't know. I'll think about it later, but
Thank you so much for joining us, though. It's been awesome.
yeah, Homicidal, thanks for hanging out this episode.
No problem. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, if you wanna plug your Twitter and channels and everything, where can we find you?
We're a little scattered this Sunday.
I mean, I will post links up now. I've just got to go make myself a cup of coffee to wake up properly.
All right,
Right?
yeah. All right,
I'm
yeah.
gonna need coffee
Yeah, we
tomorrow.
can put yeah, you can we'll drop you links in chat and
Approximate 3:30 in the morning right now.
yeah.
Jesus, 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
I would be
That's so
like,
crazy.
if I was to actually be up at 3 in the morning, it's because I didn't go to bed.
You would be sitting there staring at the wall with red eyes, like just.
I'd be staring at my phone, scrolling through Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, that's about it. That's like the only way that you're able to stay. There's the mic right there I'm trying to get.
3 a.m. our time, it might actually be cold in our room.
Usually. Oh, there's a graphics card right there.
It's in your time. I'm going to be in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's 3
have college
3 hours,
tomorrow.
it's like 10 in the afternoon.
You futuristic man.
I know, 7-hour time difference. That's like crazy.
Well, I've talked to somebody in Guam before. When I was at work, it was like it was between like 2 or 3 or something like that. And they were in Guam, so for me on a Monday, it was already Tuesday for them.
Well, yeah, like in this case, like it's Monday for him.
Yeah. Well, and like this past week, I had a lady call in telling me that she was just getting ready for bed because of where she was at. It was like midnight or something, but it was only like 2 our time.
Yeah, it's crazy how all that works.
Yes, I'm gonna disconnect from this, but I do thank you so much. It's been awesome.
All right. Yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll be right back in a few minutes to continue the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel for more content, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
All right. Cheers. All right. We'll be